That is a healing potion. Decent. I'll give it to my inventory there. Alright, come on then. No more stealthing. I'm not even sure why I was stealthing at all. Alright. Okay, this beastman is shackled and cannot move. Examine. Beastman looks bound and unable to move. Okay. Speak with the beastman. As you approach, you take a good look at the area where the townspeople have chained a beastman, brutally and on display, like some kind of public attraction. He watches his tormentors, visibly exhausted and weary, battered and bloodied, and stinking of urine and old meat. The beastman snarls and snaps at you, drooling tiredly as he strains against his bonds. His eyes are wide with fear, but his limbs droop tiredly, and his whole body trembles. Back away or lose both life and limb. Left claw still has killing teeth. Can still maim. Hush and lie still. Do not snap snarl at Alpha. Kills in Shadow has come to help Beastman. I'm surprised that wasn't voice acted, actually. Gained favour with the Stone Stalker tribe. The Beastman cries and jerks, relief flooding him at the sight of his pack leader. Kills in Shadow, he yelps. Left Claw hoped Pack Alpha would come. Please, help Beastman. The Beastwoman growls a deep, rumbling warning. Has Beastman forgotten how to listen? When to obey? Said be quiet! Stop useless whimpering. Oh yes, I forgot. I'm ruining Bilal's immersion if I don't read it with some sort of voice. Kills in Shadow is no longer Alpha of Pack. She glances to you, obviously worried about the captive Beastman, despite her ruthless show of bravado. Beastwoman follows Fatebinder now. Fatebinder will help Left Claw, as promised for Kills in Shadow. Well, I would like to know how he ended up like that, but yeah, how did you end up like this? Is that better, Bilal? Is your immersion preserved now? I don't know how Left Claw is meant to speak, so you can't hold me to task for that one. Humans claim Beastman killed settlers, but Beastman has only hunted brown boar. Stone Stalkers don't eat meat from humans. Tell settlers. He growls angrily and afraid. Left Claw is good hunter, track boar for tribe, but got bit by Ironmaw near ridge to human den. Bled and bled. Thought would have to rip through leg. Then sun woke and humans came. Howling threats. I imagine Ironmaw would be a bear trap? Okay, just wait a moment, I'll free you. Shouldn't have hunted so close to town, but I don't believe you killed the missing settlers. The settlers are convinced, but I'm willing to consider all sides in this matter. Covered in blood, accused before the masses, you look like a killer to me. Call me curious, but why are you named Left Claw? That sounds like it might actually be pertinent information. Left Claw is Best Claw. Brood sisters and brood brothers use Right Claw most when hunting, but Beastman learned Left Claw is faster. Left Claw is stronger. Okay. Okay, just wait a moment. I'll free you. Okay, settlers are convinced. Beastman's eyes dart between you and the crowd. Yes, Left Claw speaks true. Perhaps human will free Beastman? What fate has human decided? No sympathy for bigots. You're free to go, and if the crowd bothers you, they can deal with me. Before I make my decision, I'd like to hear more evidence on the matter. The mob is angry. Should speak with the less agitated settlers in town before making a decision. I've decided to free you. Haven't yet made a decision before making a decision. Yeah, I'll speak to the less agitated settlers. Hurry, hurry. Help Left Claw, please. Exhausted, he flops his head to the ground and moans quietly. Alright. Let's find out who here I can talk to. Got 1, 2, 3 that I know of. Got some doors around the rest of the town, but alright. Grayson. Well, we're not going to talk to the crowd. We'll talk to the others first. Fatebinder, slayer of choirmen, keeper of the peace. He rushes towards you with his arms outstretched and grips you tightly around your waist before realizing his intrusion. He quickly backs away and pats away some of the dust he left behind. So many different phrases come through this town, but how could I miss the one who single-handedly slayed those gangsters? Seems every other day we got new scavengers or artifact hunters or just completely odd folks coming through these parts. Almost unsettling, if you ask me. His eyes linger on Kills in Shadow for a moment, and he sniffs, his face taking a sour look. And if it isn't one type, it's another. He looks back at you and smiles again, although it doesn't quite reach his eyes anymore. What is other type? Stronger than pathetic human type? She scratches her scarred, hairy teeth and grins to show Grayson her fangs. Well, that you just pleased with yourself, beast, making a joke at a human's expense. You should stay on your toes, Grayson. You're letting a beast get the better of you. Syrian, don't agitate this. Is there anything I can do to help you? Any information you need about the area? Well, yeah, actually, quite a lot. My lord. Okay. What can you tell me about the captured beastmen? Grimace is shaking his head. Ah, yes. The animal they caught outside the village. Can't wait for the unpleasantness to be dealt with. Covered in blood, lurking about, no doubt to hunt more settlers. Mangled himself in a trap outside the gates. Don't know why the chorus brought him in. Just wipe the beasts out and drive them away. That's what I say. Cousin Shadow snarls and gnashes her fangs. Left Claw would not kill humans unless humans warranted killing. Not really much of a defense there. What warrants killing humans? Beastwoman pauses to think. She scratches her claws through the top of her thick, matted mane. If bad humans, if first attacked beastmen, if smell strange or smell good. Okay. If loud and annoying, if look meaty enough, lost, or won't be missed. You can't argue with her honesty. You know exactly where you stand with Kills in Shadow. She grins, mauve tongue peeking between her front teeth. Stone stalkers don't eat humans, but Kills in Shadow makes no simple promises. Similar promises. I'm going to remain silent. You see, these murdering beasts enjoy hunting humans. There's nothing deeper to it. You didn't actually see him kill anyone. Why are you so quick to assume he's guilty? He wasn't covered in human blood. He'd recently hunted a boar. You want me to wipe them out? I can start with the one you've got shackled on the ground. No, thank you. You didn't actually see him kill anyone. An animal does what an animal does. There's something to kill, they will kill it. It's a simple matter of nature. I hear Romans, you're judging the matter. If you're of a mind to set the beast free, best do it far from here. If we see him outside the town, we won't hesitate to kill him. I mean, that's fair. Have you seen the favor in the area? I've not seen any personally, but I've heard that they've set up camp around Cain's body at Howling Rock. Once a verdant swath of farmland, Howling Rock, as the Stone Stalkers took to calling it, is now a precipitous stretch of craggy peaks and bluffs that roils with the cries of a slowly dying Archon. No one in town wants them around. Everyone here blames them for the ongoing earthquakes. What of the Scarlet Chorus? In Halfgate, not much, now that you've slain them, but for the rest of the Stone Sea, all I can tell you is they came in promising to help us with the Beastmen and telling everyone they'd take care of the earthquakes. I don't know if they're telling the truth or not, but I do know they've damn near swarmed this realm, claiming it for their Archon of Secrets. And if they take those wild beasts out, I'm willing to give them all the help they want. Or about Halfgate? Well, let's see. It used to be called Plainsgate until Cain came traipsing through and Fatebinder Callio cast the Edict of Stone on him, destroying thousands of lives in the process. He purses his lips, but you can't win a war without casualties. At least, that's what we're told. Even after, we keep getting hit hard by earthquakes. We've lost a lot of people and possessions, but other areas were hit even harder during the Edict. Guess you could say we were in the eye of the storm. The whole of Azure suffers so that Cain may be slapped down for disloyalty. Ever wonder if right now, far away, Kairos is getting off to the thought of all of this indiscriminate killing? Seems like the Overlord must have a thing for it. No matter what happens, you have to keep a positive outlook because it could have been far worse. Things can always be worse, Fatebinder. Tell me what you know about Cain. What is there to say other than he has ruined our lives? We're beset with earthquakes, and we've lost so many friends because of him. After the destruction here, he headed out into the Stone Sea, and that's where he still lies. His body turned to stone, and the story is he's trapped. That's what is causing the earthquakes. His ongoing death throes are tearing our land apart, but those damned disfavored won't let him die. So we're the ones stuck suffering. Do you know how I can find him? There's a place called Howling Rock, but I'm no adventurer. My entire life is here in the town, so I wouldn't even know where to begin regarding how to get there. My second offer is to tell you to keep asking around town. Someone's bound to know more than I do. How has Cain's passing affected the settlers of the town? Townsfolk have taken to joining the scavenging crews and heading out into the Stone Sea to search for artifacts and other treasures. Problem is, the Stone Sea is full of dangers. Those scavengers put their lives in danger each time they leave the settlement. Is there anything I can do to help? There is indeed a way you can help, Fatebinder. A scavenging mission went out a few days back, and we haven't seen them since. The longer they're gone, the more I'm sure they won't be coming back. I'll look for the lost group of scavengers. This is wonderful news, Fatebinder. Thank you. He smiles and grabs your hand, shaking it vigorously. They were on their way to Stone Down, but no one knows if they even arrived. The territory of Stone Down is a dangerous gorge, recently reclaimed by the Stonestalkers following the Edict of Stone's casting. Okay. No Stone Down is Stonestalkers' territory. It's dangerous for humans to venture into reclaimed tribe lands. Okay. Is there anything else I can do for you? What do you know about the spies in the Stone Sea? Deep in the heart of Beastman territory, there's one. Those dangerous parts. You best be watching your back out there, he nods solemnly, before continuing. The other is surrounded by those rock worshippers where that colossus of stone finally collapsed. Stone Colossus? Oh, he's talking about Kent. Yeah, the giant of an Archon. He kept moaning and groaning as he made his way across the land, left destruction in his wake, and riled up the beastmen something fierce. I believe he fell near the dawning spire, and gave his head a scratch, pondering the situation. Some of the vendors here in town could tell you more. I know they've had some dealings with the scavengers from those points. Okay, well, that's all I need to know from you. Thank you. Right, so search and rescue is an request for us. Anyone back here I can talk to? There's someone back there I can talk to. The beastmen should be kept away from us, decent folk. Are you really that decent, though? Fatebinder, you carry the Overlord's justice, no doubt. I do. Though, I'm starting to wonder of late. I see another one of those red-stained beast rutters. I'll push them off the cliff myself. I suppose we're free now, or as free as we can be. The quakes are getting worse, aren't they? Right, nothing else over here. Possibly someone who might be Sarah. Let's go and have a chat with you. Warm regards, Master Fatebinder. How do you do? I haven't seen many folks the likes of you around here. And again, most of the folks I've been bumping into lately are the Scarlet Chorus. They're not the likes of anything but rotten. Anything I can do for a nice gentleman like you? Actually, yeah. What can you tell me about the Scarlet Chorus' presence here? Only that they've been mucking about, stirring up trouble for weeks, trying to conscript the lot of us. I'm glad you rid us of them. Us gentlefolk didn't like their methods, Master Fatebinder. Granted, some prefer the company of the chorus to the disfavoured, and I don't blame them. If all the chorus wanted was to save the land, as they proclaimed, I'd be happy to aid them too, but with the way they were seeking out to swell their ranks, I think they've got another agenda in the Stone Sea. What would that be? Everyone knows the Earthshakers camped at Howling Rock. Whenever they're tinkering with there, the Scarlet Chorus want to stop it. Or maybe they just want to cause bloodshed. Either way, they'd need bodies for an attack, wouldn't they? Okay. Well, what about the disfavoured? A group of disfavoured entrenched themselves at Howling Rock not so long ago. Damn Earthshakers won't leave no matter what we've tried. She shifts, primarily indignant at the remembrance. Whatever they're doing at the Rambling Archon, is making the earthquakes worse. We'd be happy to be rid of them, if only to calm the land. Say I want to help around town, what can I do? So this seems a little bit like Lethian's Crossing, with a bunch of quests I'm going to be able to pick up. Stopping the quakes would be a blessing, that's for sure. Don't guess you got any thoughts on how to do that, do you? Scarlet Chorus claimed to have a plan before you killed them. Catching herself, she coughs uncomfortably before dabbing at the corner of her mouth with a tattered rag. Now, I didn't mean nothing by that, Master Fatebinder. Even if you hadn't come along, I wouldn't trust much in Chorus' promise, but sure. They've others out there in the Stone Sea, but who knows what they're capable of, if anything. What are your thoughts on the captured beastman? You bet your britches I'd find him guilty. That beast's as guilty as they come. Look it. His fur is still matted in the blood of his victims. The settlers that went missing 2 weeks ago, no doubt. He reeks of it. The lives he stole. Some folk believe we ought to consider his side, but there ain't no point to it, mister. Even if he ain't the one that did that. Those beasts are a threat to our survival. I'd knot the noose myself, were the time to come. But those settlers, this will be while scavenging the plains. Any number of things could have happened to them. Even if Beastman did slay one of you, he's committed no crime. You have not sworn to any Archon, and thus are not subject to the protection of Kara's peace. Anyway, I'm going to go with this one first. I'm going to try and be reasonable with them rather than saying, well, actually, you know, anyone can kill you. You're basically meat. You think they fell or starved? No. The proof don't lie. They got ripped apart by a beastman, didn't they? I mean, that is... You don't really think he's innocent, do you? Good, mister? I don't like the thought of letting him go, but I certainly won't be the one to oppose your authority on the situation, Master Fatebinder. You'll see that justice is served, I'm sure of it. Okay, well, you know, as long as you won't oppose me, I guess we've not got an issue there. Thank you, Fatebinder. Because of you, Callian let me leave. Now I feel like I can live my life how I want. Fatebinder, you carry the Overlord's justice, no doubt. How could a single man slaughter such a large gang? Surely he must be an Archon. Or I just have a really good sword. Greetings, Fatebinder. She takes a deep bow. You've done us all a great service by getting the Scarlet Chorus off our backs. In exchange, I've got a special price for you on all my wares. What can you tell me about the spies in the region? I imagine you have dealings with travellers from those areas. Can't say I know much about the spies themselves. They've always been there, towering, never doing much of anything aside from casting shadows. I do, however, come across some interesting items from roundabouts those parts, time and again. Just last Judge's Day, a fellow sold me a charcoal rubbing that was taken from inside one of the spies. Oh, so he claimed. Haven't seen him since. Yeah, he said he was heading to Stone Down, so I can't really ask him questions about it, unfortunately, but it may be worth having a look at. Okay, well, hopefully I now know where Stone Down is. What do you have for sale? A mace. Not amazing. Masterwork. Let's have a look at masterwork items to start with. None. Superior or exquisite? None. Superior. Just the mace. I mean, it's got tenderizer on it, but... Is it any better than the one I've got? Yeah, slightly. Oh, sorry, no, I'm looking at it wrong. I thought down at the bottom it was showing me its qualities, but no, it's not. Took me a few seconds to realize. Wait, no, tenderizer isn't an effect. It's the name of an item. No, it's really not worth the money. Absolutely not worth the money. Have you got any trinkets? No. Weightless iron shackle. Sigil force. I mean, a plus 10 on sigil force wouldn't be too terrible, but I don't think so, no. Thank you. We have got a door. Let's have a look what's inside. Hello, Orca Commander. How are you doing? I am doing well, thank you. Right, let's have a chat. How could a single man slaughter such a large gang? Harris Peace has not been kind to Halfgate so far. The table is supported by a few flimsy planks of wood. It's a surprise it's still upright given all the tremors in the area. You heard nothing! Taxes for Kairos. I'm going to leave whatever's in that box because I don't care. I just robbed your sapphire. I think that's quite enough taxing for this little hut. No more taxing necessary. Seems like I should have been able to talk to them. All the armies of Kairos leave us alone. I hope that's the last of them. The hordes seem to be popping out of every crack and crevice these days. Waybinder, welcome to Halfgate, as it rumbles. What is that? Scroll. The scroll sits here, glowing with mystical energy. Learn a new spell accent. Sigil of Bounding Bolts. What? Select a core sigil before proceeding. Accent that creates less powerful bounces for spells. Bounces for spells? Okay. Foe jumps target. How many times it bounces one foe? Can I make that stronger? No. Can I make it more ranged? No. Can I affect more people with it? No. Can I do anything at all with it? I mean, kind of. You know what, though? Oh. False pit. I can make false pit bounce. Ha 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 ha. I approve. Bigger AoE, please. Also make you bleed. You know, when you fall over and you just start bleeding. That would also be good. Definitely approving. I can cast it reasonably often. Okay. Assigning. Dunk. Also assigning to... where would I put it for you? Healing Wisps, I think I'm going to get rid of. Yeah, Healing Wisps. Pop. There we go. We can knock people down and make them bleed on the ground in this illusionary pit they've fallen into. It's fantastic. I need many of them. If I can get many, many bounces, I can just plonk them around and just everyone falls over and just starts gushing blood spontaneously. Go to Stone Down. If you have already learned the path to Stone Down, make your way there and investigate the disappearance of the scam group. Speak with the left claw and release him. I will possibly do this, yes. What on
Found
earth
something.
is going on here?
I will stay out of sight.
That's okay. You don't need to hide. Ooh. Iron breastplate and a bronzed axe. I like. Also. Nothing really amazing. Hello, you. Skovic. You are a disfavored. You're an Earthshaker, I think. Healing aura chain, of course. Ooh. We'll have a look. We will see how it works. Fatebinder of Tunon. Mercy, please, mercy, kill me. End my torment, I'm begging you. He dry retches, quivering and covered in blood. Grab him by the collar and bash his head against the wall until he dies. What? Wow. If I'm going to order your death, I'll need to hear what crimes you've committed to warrant it. Yeah, I'll do that. He starts to nod, but it turns into a halted cringe. How's this for you? I killed an entire village. Men, women, and children, crushed with the snap of my staff, because I had to know if I could do it. I slaughtered them in a landslide and listened to their screams. He grimaces a smile at the memory, despite his pain. You have no idea how exhilarating it felt. He eyes you discerningly. Maybe you do. Nod. I'll see to it. You're granted a swift and just end. For the crime of willfully breaking Kairos' peace, I hereby sentence you to be crushed by the weight of a rock until dead. The punishment shall be carried out no later than a span from now. I'm not convinced I want to condemn you to death. Stay and suffer. And maybe I'll stop by tomorrow and check on the state of your torment. Sounds like you've done nothing wrong under Magician's Folly. Enjoy your stay in Halfgate. I mean, lean into him and whisper, "Come closer." I have no idea where this is going. And I'm not sure how I would react to it. It's like this just, it feels almost unreal that he would say that. Magician's Folly, I'm not sure what that is, and I'm surprised it's not highlighted. I'm going to say I'm not convinced I want to condemn you to death. Stay and suffer. He rages and snarls at you incoherently as you walk away. Should let kills in shadow play with trapped male. Beastwoman know best how to cut without killing. How to lick and nip and make prey, beg, writhe, bleed. Kills in shadow. Oh, is that it? I can't interact with them anymore. That's a bit of a shame. I was actually kind of interested in knowing where that was going. But, I guess he was being straight up about it. I have no idea. Maybe I can tomorrow. Yeah, I'll come back in a day's time. Hi. Are you done with your torment yet? But I am a little bit saddened by that one. I wonder where that's going. If it's going anywhere. The fact that I can't go back and talk to him again is a bit frustrating, but... The fate binder that everyone's been talking about. Is there something I can do for you? Yeah, what do you do in Halfgate? A little bit of everything, really. I'm decently handy with tools, and the buildings here are always in need of repairs. What can I do for you? Brandon Mark sends his regards. I'm looking for the Azure Shield. What can you tell me about those who would defy Kairos in this realm? There's a beastman being held here at Halfgate. Like when the town was primarily a market for farmers, Stonestalkers worked as beasts of burden. They did the hauling and the ploughing mostly, and they learned not to complain. But then Cain incited them with a fool idea to take back the lands of their ancestors, and they've been nothing but raving and violent ever since. Not long ago, that one up there was dragged into town by a group of settlers and chorus. He was covered in blood, a wild thing. Done our best to look the other way, but seems they won't be satisfied to leave us be. Now they're out hunting us just beyond our own city gates. You assume the beastman's guilt? How do you know he's hunting a human? He's a beastman. That's what they do. Humans kill humans. It's what humans do. Even now, Kairos Pack hunts each other, while also hunting humans called Tearsmen to extinction. I do prefer to keep my nose out of these things, but if you feel certain enough about the beastman's innocence, you might consider doing something about it. What would you tell me about those who would defy Kairos in this realm? The beastmen are the ones who oppose Kairos in these parts. We're standing on bones of Azure, but below that are the ruins of beastmen ancestral territory. When the realm of Azure rose to power, they enslaved the hideous creatures and consigned them to lives of hard labor. Ever since Cain fell and the edict devastated the land, the beastmen have started to reclaim the Stone Sea. If you find yourself in their presence, tread with caution. The beastmen are territorial and resort to violence with little provocation. Violence against humans is always justified, because always humans are provoking beastwomen, and stabbing at beastwomen with sharpened sticks or cutting words. She curls her elongated, wickedly curved claws as she rumbles her warning. Do not blame beastwomen for lacking patience. Do humans not also swat at buzzing, biting, swarming flies? Perhaps wisely, Haygreen says nothing in reply to the incensed beast, shrinking in on himself slightly and licking dry, chapped lips. However, he furrows you a glance as if to say, "See?" before looking away. Brandon Mark sends his regards. I'm looking for the Azure Shield.
Have earned a right to mock body with new battle scars.
Well, kills in shadow, just lapped it up. The man's tanned, weathered cheeks scrunch into a deeply lined scowl. He crosses his arms over his chest. Who? What do you mean, who? The Archon of Shadows. Who else? Oh. Brandon Marks also wanted me to tell you this is your chance to see your wife again. Oh, no. I see. He blinks away, a stab of fear. 1 second, the emotion is visibly there. The next, it's gone. I had no idea you were also in his service. In that case, the beastmen of Stone Down, the Stalker's tribe, have the artifact. Their prima, 100 Blood, keeps it well guarded. What use would a beastman have for an Azure relic? It's a matter of pride, Fatebinder. To them, the Stone Sea is theirs, and if a shiny shield of iron is found, well, that's theirs too. It's true, but are wrong. The beastman woman flicks a claw, looking bored and surly. All Earth's Azure lands belongs to Beastwoman, but Stonestalkers do not hoard useless trinkets for trading or grazing upon like pining, slathered humans. For 100 Blood to claim prize would mean Beastwoman tore shield from life and limbs of tough, worthy foe, is proof of pride for Prima tribe. He regards the Beastwoman with momentary interest, considering her insightful explanation, but ultimately he sniffs and shrugs, paying no mind. Should I go acquiring the artifact from 100 Blood? Spilling her blood would be the most direct solution, of course. No easy task there. He taps his finger against his lips. It also might be possible to arrange for a trade, but who knows what a beastman would possibly want. Want to beat 100 Blood? Want to eat liver of other tribes, Prima? Prove shadow hunters are stronger, better predators, but do not have to kill to be best. Can leave living or can help Beastwoman protect tribe. Both are good choices for survival of all Beastwomen. Yep. So what's going on with your wife? Uh-oh. This time it's both shock and rage that flashes over his face before he manages to school his expression. Voice low, he seethes. What the fuck do you think, Fatebinder? Look, even if you mean well, the best way to help me with it is just to get your information and move on. Do what the Archon of Shadows wants, and me and Elaine will be just fine. Well, I mean... I'll shrug. You gained wrath with Stone Sea villagers. You gained favor with Bled and Mark. I was not expecting Bled and Mark to react in any way, but he is in all of the shadows. He spits at the ground. His green eyes search your face before he scuffs a sandal over the moist dirt. But in the end, he just shakes his head. Silent. Well, that's all I need to know. That was interesting. I wasn't sure if shrugging was going to incite him to say more or not. It wasn't really what I was aiming for him to just accept it, but at the same time, oh well. Good luck with your search, Fatebinder. How did you enter Bled and Mark's service? It was a few years back. I came home when the place was quiet. You know, the kind of quiet that crawls all over your skin. He shrugs as if to shake the feeling. It was dark inside and empty aside from the shadow of a man. I thought he'd come to kill me, but he just asked if I wanted to become part of a greater cause. I mean, how could I say no to that? He makes an appearance once in a while and asks me about things that have been going on in Halfgate. I do my best to keep him filled in. Nothing more to it than that. He scratches the back of his neck and glances at his feet, uncomfortable in the moment of silence. Stretches following his explanation. Non-violent for someone whose name strikes fear into the hearts of men and women everywhere. Well, that's exactly how you recruited me. By make an appearance, you mean continues to hold family members hostage. I'm going to say nothing. I'm going to let the silence expand out a little bit more. Discuss one silent to the third. Oh, okay. So it didn't actually take us anyway. Well, one problem at a time, I guess.